Valentine's Day just a week away, and we all know about the stress money can cause in a relationship. So should you and your loved one share investments, invest separately, together? Here to help is Neil Palmer. He's with Smart Money Magazine, and he's going to tell us the pros and the cons when it comes to investing with your partner. Now, Neil, I have lots of opinions on this. It can be hard to invest together because people have different investing styles.
Very true, and especially with the recession, we're seeing more financial cracks happen in relationships where more wives are saying they're becoming conservative, more men wanted to stay the course, and this just brings up a lot of tensions and fighting.
Right, tensions and fighting, but you know, to begin with, sometimes you have a different investing style. You know, my husband likes to try to market time. I keep my money working all of the time. There's no way we can invest together. Is there any way we can come to some kind of meeting point halfway?
You could always agree on having certain products where you invest together, perhaps some things that are less risky where you both agree. And then it's always a good idea, experts say, especially today, to split up some of those assets and then just go with your own investing styles rather than fight with one another.
Yeah, I can take a lot of wind out of your sails when you have to argue everything you do. I want to talk a little bit about income differentials. This is really important, particularly now when some people have either been laid off, maybe they've had to take some kind of pay cut along the way. What do you do when one person earns a lot more money than the other?
It's a great question because a lot of people who used to earn more still feel they need to put in the same amount they used to. They feel embarrassed if they don't. But the reality is very few couples these days are earning 50-50 equal incomes. And so what experts suggest doing is splitting it up, maybe 60-40, even 70-30, put that amount into a joint account, and then whatever's left over, play with and have some sort of fun money sitting there.
Have some fun money sitting there so that you guys can both do something. This really in some ways comes down to control. Don't you think in so many ways, some people just can't give up control, some people can't share control, some people don't want any control? How do you navigate those personality differences?
Well, it's interesting that now more women are actually taking ownership of their finances. They're learning more about investing, researching.
It's because we make more money.
Well, and that's exactly true. But the problem is over the lifetime, they're still living 5 to 10 years longer, but earning 23% less. And so experts are basically saying it's a good idea to save longer or at least get a bit more aggressive near the closer time to retirement.
You say, and I think this is really interesting, double your risk. You double your risk if you invest separately. Now, why would that be?
A lot of couples don't actually sit down and see what stocks they've chosen. So if they both end up picking the same companies and those companies both decrease, you've essentially lost the same amount of money each. In the past, a lot of them would choose one stock together. So now you're not only paying separate commissions for those trades, you're also seeing that that risk is doubling.
Now, Neil, do you see that as people get older, they tend to merge more efficiently without less fighting? Do people come to agreement more, or do they come to less agreement because they both are earning more and more money?
Generally, experts are saying they are getting a little bit better about investing together, but with the crash, what has happened is that people now say, no, you know, I was much more conservative, I just didn't speak up early enough. And so now they're saying, I want to take ownership and at least have some say in my finances.
I want to have some say in my finances, and maybe you can do it together this Valentine's Day. Neil, thank you so much.
Thank you.
One great way to